What's up, guys? This is Brickman Q back with another review, and today we will be taking a look at the Imperial Light Cruiser. This is set number 75315, and it comes with 1,336 pieces. Now, if we take a look at the box art, we have the Mandalorian right here in the top right corner, some white greebling around the edges, along with the Star Wars symbol. And if we go down to the bottom left, we have the Disney logo right here, along with a picture of some sweet minifigures right here to the bottom right. And if we look at the background of this starry outer space look just complements the box so well. You can see the TIE fighter shooting out the front of the ship with the mechanism that this ship comes with, and we'll be taking a look at that later on in the video. If we take a look at the side, we have some more white greebling along with an amazing picture of the Imperial Light Cruiser. Now, if we take a look at the back, we have some of the ship's functions. As you can see, we have a spring-loaded shooter. Apparently, you can carry it by its handle. And there's the TIE fighter shooter I was just talking about. We have the Mandalorian and Grogu right here chilling. As you can see, you can open the top to reveal the inside cockpit. Right there we have the Mandalorian and Moff Gideon fighting. And then if we look right here, we have the TIE fighter going into the ship. And then we have Cara Dune along with Fennec Shan fighting the Dark Trooper. Oh, and I forgot to note that this is also known as the Moff Gideon Cruiser, which is a very interesting detail to note. And I don't know why they didn't name it that instead they just called it the Imperial Light Cruiser. So here we have the ship. Now, let's start at the top of the ship. Here we have an opening in the front, which we will get to in a second when we look at the interior. So if you take a look at the side, we have some greebling, along with some cannons. There are 4, and the ship is symmetrical, so everything will be the same on the right as it is on the left. As you can see, it's going to be the same. A nice turbine design on the side using some cheese slopes. Now, as we take a look at the main cannons, some people are disappointed because the cannons in comparison with the actual ship are a lot smaller. But of course, you can modify these cannons to make them look bigger or smaller or however you want them to look. They also do move in a 360 direction. I think the reason they made them so big is so that you can use the spring-loaded function that the ship actually comes with. And if you look on both sides of the spring-loaded shooter, we have these turns right here that move up and down. I wish they both moved together, but they move separately. I mean, it's no big deal, but sometimes I just like for them to move together. And if we look in the middle of those turns, we have the spring-loaded shooters. And the way to use those is if you push down on the back, then they will shoot, and they actually go pretty far. Moving towards the bridge, they decided to use stickers, which is a bit disappointing. It would have been nice to have some sort of access for the minifigures, but it actually does get remade in the middle of the ship to showcase a lot of the detail. I will say the stickers they used aren't bad, although I feel like they definitely could have used some detail. I mean, it would have been nice to actually see like the bridge. They could have put like a sticker or something of the bridge up there, or maybe some actual windows, or I just feel like the stickers definitely could have used a little bit more detail. The bridge does, however, double as a handle, which is very built using some Technic pieces, so you won't have any problem with it coming apart. Here we have the spine of the ship, which looks amazing. And if we look at the side of the ship, we have some more gray greebling, along with some TIE fighters that actually shoot out the front of the ship using a mechanism, which we will be getting to in a second when we get to the interior. The TIE fighters look really nice. They're very easy to remove. They're connected with one stud, so you can easily remove them. And as you can see, we have a nice little mirror sticker or mirror piece on the front of the TIE fighter. I definitely feel like they could have added better detail to the back of the TIE fighter, or at least used a different color or something, you know, to make it look like there was some turbo or something coming out of it. But I mean, all in all, it still looks great. As we move to the back of the ship, you can see we have 3 engines accurately placed. No complaints there. They look very nice. I do wish, though, that you were able to open these flaps up to reveal some type of hidden room or some type of functionality for the minifigures. I definitely feel like there was space there. I also feel like that was a missed opportunity to showcase more space than just the front of the ship where you can see the interior of the bridge. So for this set, Lego did decide to go with a flat bottom because this is a play set and not a UCS set where you would have gotten a plaque and a nice stand along with more detail for the bottom instead of it just being flat. But I think for this play set, it works so that you can showcase the interior without it breaking. Now, to access the interior, you want to lift this panel up almost to a 90-degree angle where it should stay if built right. We have the TIE Fighter shooter mechanism right here in the front, which I will be showing you guys in just a little bit. Now, the interior of the ship actually represents the bridge of the ship, which isn't located at the bridge of the ship and is actually in the belly of the ship so that you can showcase a lot more of its detail. We have a hall table. I think a hologram instead of a coffee mug would have been better. There are control panels on each side of the table and a lot more as you look around. Given that this is the bridge, there will be a lot of control panels. So if you look inside, you have 2 bins. One holds a detonator. The other one holds a nice set of binoculars. And if you look just above that, we have a clip to hold your extra spring-loaded shooter bullet, which I think fits perfectly. Of course, you can add your own personal item in there. You can add a lightsaber, whatever you feel. Overall, I think the ship came with some amazing detail. And for my first Star Wars build, I am actually very impressed. Now, the first minifigure we will be taking a look at is Grogu, and this is in fact the first Lego set to actually call him that. In the other sets, he is referred to as the child. I like how they used the baby torso for his body, although I feel like there could have been a better mold for his body, and hopefully they make a better mold for his body in the future. His head is rubber, so you don't have to worry about the ears falling off or anything like that unless you actually cut them off, which I don't see why anybody would do that. Next up, we have the Mandalorian. Excellent print pieces. We have the wrist rocket launcher right here on his left wrist. Everything about this figure looks amazing. Of course, it comes with his Beskar spear and his rifle, so you get both of these in the set. And as we turn him around, he also does come with his cape. And if we lift his cape up, as you can see, we have amazing prints on the back. So his helmet does come separately from his head. The only thing I do not like about this set is how his face is still black, although they have revealed what the Mandalorian looks like in the show already. So I don't see why we're still doing black faces. I don't think they're planning on changing that no time soon in the future. But I do hope they decide to change that. Next up, we have Cara Dune, a character a lot of people were surprised to see in the final version of this set, given the fact that the actor was removed from the show in early 2021. Regardless of that, it is good to see her be a part of this set. As you can see, she does come with her rebel teardrop under her left eye. She also does come with a nice hairpiece and a mean-looking face. She does have a second facial expression here, so you get 2 things there. She also does come with her rifle and a nice lightsaber hilt at the end. The next 3 figures I feel like are what people really bought this set for. They are amazing brand new minifigures. So first up, we have Fennec Shand, introduced with the Mandalorian, finally making her way into a Mandalorian Lego set for the first time. Looks great. She's got a brand new helmet mode, so you can barely see her face. I thought it would be a dual mode helmet, but as you can see, it's just one piece with black paint applied straight across. I still think it looks good. I do like how it does make it look like it is a dual mode helmet, but it actually isn't. The back of the figure has some nice printing, but I think the highlight of this minifigure will be the arm print, which comes with 2 stripes on the left side. And then if we look on the right side, we have 2 stripes along with the patch. Her rifle is the same as Cara Dune's. As you can see, we have the lightsaber hilt on the end. And if we look at the front, we have some amazing print pieces. As you can see, we have her waist cape, which I think it was a missed opportunity to make an actual waist cape to come with this, since we got actual capes to go with Moff Gideon and the Mandalorian. But, you know, whatever. Just like Cara Dune, she does come with two faces. I wish she would have came with a hairpiece just like Cara Dune, but I imagine it would have been harder to apply the helmet. All in all, still a great character, and I think people are going to flip out over this minifigure. Moff Gideon is another character in this set I believe people will go nuts over. The first thing I want to talk about is his dual-sided cape. So we have black on the outside, we have red on the inside, and I think Lego did an amazing job showcasing that detail. The torso print also looks really good, and he didn't need a leg print, so that's why he doesn't have one. I feel like his face print accurately represents him, along with the slick back hair. He does have a second face, however, that once again accurately represents the character, and I think everyone's favorite part of the set will be the Darksaber. Now, when it comes to the Darksaber, I feel like the LEGO group really failed with this character because the hilt and the saber are completely different for this character, and I just don't see why they haven't decided to incorporate that into any LEGO sets yet, but hopefully they decide to do that in the future LEGO sets. The final minifigure in this set is one that I wish would have came with more than just one, especially since there is more than one in the scene that this LEGO set is depicting, and getting two just seems more appropriate than just one. It also would have been more interesting for the Mandalorian and for the kids to play with as well. Now, getting into the actual character, I would have thought they would have made a completely new mode, kind of like the Super Battle Droid, where everything was custom. However, on second glance, these Dark Troopers look very human-like, much like Moff Gideon. I think the prints accurately represent the way the droids looked in the show. As you can see, we have these white spaces, which I believe are supposed to be the voids right here, where in the show, if you looked at the droids, there would be nothing there. It also comes with the shoulder pad piece. I'm not sure why they put the two studs back there, but they did. Now, of course, the helmet mode is amazing. Now, the helmet and the shoulder pads do come separate, but the torso pattern or the torso print on this character is actually pretty amazing, although I don't see why they put it there, because if you do put the shoulder pads on, it actually does cover up his whole torso area. And so if we take a look at the head, as you can see, we have those amazing red eyes that you can see through those eye sockets in the helmet. It's not much to the head, just one side to it. The only reason for the shoulder pads on this Dark Trooper is to make him look bigger than the other minifigures in this set, because as you know in the show, they are actually a lot bigger than the characters. Overall, this is an amazing set. It comes with some cool minifigures. I enjoyed building it. And for my first LEGO set, I am not disappointed. I can't wait to build more in the future, and I can't wait to review more with you guys in the future. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with my videos.